Anthony Harway here with a West Branch girls basketball player profile. I'm joined by senior Sydney Mercer. Sydney, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
And let's just start this off. District champion, and how's it feel when you hear that again?
Honestly, it's like a dream come true. It makes me so happy.
I mean, this is a team that has won 6 district championships now in the last 10 years. But it was a different feeling last night. You guys came in as maybe the underdogs in people's eyes. You weren't the top seed in this district. You lost to Marlington in the regular season. They've kind of had your number. Mentally coming into this game, what was the mentality of you guys, and how did you kind of handle the quote unquote underdog status that you had last night?
Honestly, we just had to know that we had all the support behind us. Our community is obviously very supportive, and our defense was something we were very like, even if we're not shooting the ball well, even if we're not scoring as easy as we could, our defense just had to be there.
Do you think playing defense against this particular team was a little bit easier because you knew exactly what they ran and you'd seen them so much in the last 2 years, and there were really no secrets between you and Marlington? Was it easier to square them up a little bit?
I mean, they are respectfully still a very great team, and I will never take that away from them. But playing them more and more has helped us, yes, play defense on them.
Let's talk about you as a senior coming into this year. A multiple sport athlete, volleyball, basketball. Then you'll start softball when this basketball journey is over. Um, Talk about what it's like to kind of be a leader on each of these teams, and to go into your senior season knowing that every time you take the floor for whatever sport you're in, it could be the last time, and how you've handled kind of being a senior leader.
I mean, it is kind of crazy because everyone's like looking up to you. Like when things are going wrong, they're looking to you, but you just have to keep composed and calm, and that will keep everybody else calm and composed. So, I mean, that's really what I take with me whenever I step on the court or field.
Unlike the other two sports, volleyball and softball, you do a lot of more dirty work in basketball, stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, stuff that I bet sports reporters don't really notice, or if you're not at the game, you don't notice. You're a kills leader in volleyball, you hit home runs in softball, but you get rebounds, and you do a lot of dirty work on defense on basketball. What's it like to kind of switch mentalities and not have to be the quote unquote statistical leader on the basketball floor, but be a more of an energy leader and an emotional leader for this team?
I mean, that's kind of a very important role, like in my eyes. I mean, getting rebounds or not letting your girls score is almost like points for you on your stat sheet. So if a girl's averaging 20 points a game and you hold her to 10, then you just scored 10 points.
We got to talk about Walter Shields and what it's like being under this guy. I mean, we talk to him so much. He's considered a legend by so many coaches in the area. I mean, what has it been like being blessed enough to be under him for 4 years, and what has he taught you, not just about basketball, but about yourself as a person?
I mean, yeah, I have nothing but great things to say about him. He has really taught us that like to do things for the person beside you, not for yourself. And that I've carried into every single sport, and he has been one of the best coaches I've ever had for 4 years.
You guys had an awesome moment as he was able to put the medal around your neck, and talk about that moment between you and him, and what it was like to have Coach DeShields kind of bestow that district championship medal on you. And I know it had to feel pretty good.
I mean, yeah, it did, cuz just looking at his face and seeing him smile, like it just makes it all worth it, and everything that we've worked for this entire season just makes it worth it.
Talk about the senior class as a whole and how you guys have grown as leaders, and how you guys have kind of grown in chemistry, and what the dynamic between the senior class is on this team.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of seniors. There was once a lot of us. So, I mean, we've kind of grown up together and learned how to work together because even when we were in 7th and 8th grade, we had to work together because, I mean, a lot of the girls didn't play throughout freshman year. So, I think that's definitely made us grow very close because we were like the only two in our class.
I know we've asked you before, and you've said whatever sport you're in is the one that you love at the moment. So, talking about basketball, what is it about the basketball sport that you love so much? And when did you kind of pick up this love for basketball that you do have?
Honestly, I love that it's like a team sport. I love that it's not just individual like track, or maybe it doesn't put you on the spot like softball, or I like how it's just everyone has to be part of it to win a game. Like you can't just have somebody playing great. Like you all have to play great and together.
And now you guys are going to make a trip down to Barberton for the regionals. What's this next couple of days going to be like for you guys? What's the mentality going to be like to celebrate this win, but then have to put it away and focus on the next game that you have in front of you?
I mean, honestly, that is what it comes down to is we just have to put that behind us because just like you have to brush losing off, you really have to just brush a good win off too and focus on the opponent we have next. So that's very important for us to be very concentrated these next few days.
There was a lot of celebration last night. What was kind of your favorite moment with all the elation last night? I know you had a lot of memories probably shared with all your teammates. What was one of the favorite moments that you had from last night?
Um, Honestly, it was probably when WD was cutting down our net and winging it around like he always does. That just makes everyone happy.
I know you guys got to celebrate a little bit as a team, outside of the hoopla in that gym too. What was it like as this team kind of getting together and celebrating what they just accomplished, kind of away from everybody else?
It is always crazy and a good time. Like as soon as we hit the locker room, like it is so loud I can't even hear myself think. It's crazy in there.
Let's talk about this league that you're in and how much it prepared you. Obviously, you had to play Marlington twice in the regular season. Salem's still alive in the regionals as well. You have to play them twice. How much do you think your schedule and the schedule that Walt puts together for West Branch really prepares you for moments like last night?
Honestly, I would say that it really prepares us. Our league is no joke. Like we know that every year that we step onto the court for especially league games that we're going to have to put our all forth because I mean the league was most of the top 5 I think seeds. So we know that we have to put just as much energy forth towards our league as we do any other people.
Who are some of your role models that you kind of look up to, especially along your journey when you were a younger kid, that kept you going through this whole uh, athletics journey?
I mean, my mom and my dad, obviously, and really Coach DeShields because when I was a freshman, I wasn't really even going to play basketball in high school. I was kind of just going to stick to volleyball and softball. And then after talking to him a lot, then I decided to play. So honestly, I have to give that to him.
We can't let you go without talking about, because we didn't get to catch you up with volleyball. We missed you, and you made the decision to play volleyball at the next level at Mountain Union. Um, I know it was kind of a toss up. You were struggling between volleyball and softball, which one you were going to choose to play. Talk about what made it stick with volleyball, and then what was so special about Mountain Union that you wanted to go there.
Well, I mean, as far as playing volleyball in college, I think I actually am going to play volleyball and softball at Mount Union.
Well, there you go.
But
Dang.
the reason why I really liked it is because my parents and my grandparents and my family could come and watch me. And I just know that playing far away, they wouldn't be able to see me in person as much. And that kind of meant a lot to me. And I'm very much of a home like body. Like I really like staying at home. So if I ever need to come home, like it's 30 minutes away from me.
Well, let's talk about this, playing two sports in college and trying to do that. What I mean, that's going to be awesome. Time management and everything. What are you looking forward to most of trying to do this?
I mean, it will definitely keep me busy. Like I'll never be bored. So I think it will honestly keep me on schedule because now I know I procrastinate kind of in high school, which isn't good, but high school isn't as intense as college. So I know I'll have to go to practice, come home, do my homework. And like, I can't just take a break. I can't procrastinate. I'm going to have to do it.
What has been some of your favorite, since we're talking about your schoolwork and maybe a little bit of a procrastinator, but still, favorite subjects that you've taken throughout your high school career, and maybe some teachers that have really impacted your journey through high school at West Branch?
I would definitely say probably math has been one of my favorite subjects. And I had a really good math teacher in my like junior year, and her name is Mrs. Solak, and she is a very good teacher. She's really made me like math.
When you look at what you want to do in your future at Mount Union, other than obviously play volleyball and softball, what are the majors you're looking at? What kind of things do you want to go and get educated about and try to kind of get a job in after you graduate in Mount Union?
Honestly, I'm kind of undecided with that part. I mean, I've been thinking about business and then going to like cosmetology school when I get out of college, but I'm really not sure with that. Like, my passion has always been sports, so it's really hard to pick something that's like not playing sports.
Nothing wrong with that. Obviously, you got to have a passion for sports if you're going to go play two of them in college. When you look at your memories at West Branch, when you graduate and you have to reflect, what have been some of your favorite memories with this school system and this your whole journey that you've had as a warrior?
I would definitely say sports. Like West Branch sports, obviously I wouldn't know how other schools are, but West Branch sports, it's always just felt like such a family. Like every team I'm on, it doesn't matter whether it's basketball, softball, volleyball, like the coaches have done such a great job of making us a family, and like during the off season we're constantly hanging out. And that's honestly how I've made most of my friends is through sports. So I would definitely say that has been one of the major things of my West Branch history.
Not just your teams being family, but one of the things that we noticed real quick is the whole athletics kind of unit is a family. There were so many other athletes at your game last night rocking either their own jerseys or rocking that green. What's it like to be a part of an athletic community that every sport kind of is treated like a big happy family?
That just makes it like that makes it all worth it. Like you look at those people like supporting you and being there for you, and it's just like I mean, we support other sports and other people and they come and support us. So it's just like goes both ways.
All right, Cindy, before we let you go, regionals on Tuesday. What is going to be the key to this West Branch team getting a couple of wins and then making that trip down to Dayton?
Honestly, what I always say it's going to be getting defense, playing calm, not turning the ball over and making shots that matter.
And like we do with all of our players to end their interviews, I want to give you the time to shout out your support system, people that are always there for you, and the people that you couldn't do any of this without.
I would like to shout out my parents, my sisters, and Coach DeShields, Mrs. DeShields, softball coaches, all of them, all my coaches.
All the coaches,
Yes,
even the travel coaches, right?
right.
Sydney, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. It was great to catch up with you. And we look forward to talking to you again real soon. You know, we'll catch up with you for softball season.
Oh, yes, can't wait.